Hello everyone, this is our lecture number 35. In this lecture, we discussed about the problem based on torsion. So here we have taken one problem. Determine the reinforcement required for a rectangular beam section with following data. We have given width of section 300 mm, depth of section 500 mm, factored bending moment 80 kilonewton meter, factored torsional moment 40 kilonewton meter, factored shear force 70 kilonewton, and here we have used M15 grade of concrete and Fe415 grade of steel. So here we have given all values in factored. That's why here we not multiply with 1.5. If you have given bending moment only, so then you have to multiply this value with the 1.5 for converting the factored bending moment. So this is our problem. Now we have to solve this problem and find the reinforcement required for resist the torsion. So in our previous lecture we study about the steps of torsion. We follow that steps here and find the solution of this problem. So let's start to find this reinforcement. So our first step is we have to find the equivalent shear. Equivalent shear. Our step number 1 is, this is solution. Our step number 1 is we have to find the equivalent shear. So formula for equivalent shear is VE is equal to VU plus 1.6 TU upon B. VE is equal to VU 1 plus 1.6 TU upon B. So we have given VU is equal to 70 and TU is equal to 40, and B we have given in mm, but we know that shear force is in kilonewton, so here we convert this B in meter, so here we have 0.3 meter. After solving this value we get 283.33 kilonewton as the equivalent shear. Okay, so our first step is find the equivalent shear. So this is the method for finding the equivalent shear. Now our second step is finding the equivalent nominal shear stress. Equivalent nominal shear stress. Okay, so here we know that tau VE is equal to VE upon BD. Tau VE is equal to VE upon BD. Okay, so here we have VE, B, but we have not given small d. In our problem we have given capital D. So capital D is equal to 500 mm. We have to find small d. How we find small d? Here we assume nominal cover, main bar dia, and stirrup dia, and this nominal cover is totally depend on exposure condition. Okay, if any exposure condition is given in our problem, then you have to take nominal cover according to that, and this nominal cover value is given in IS 456-2000, page number 47, table number 16. So from there you have to take the value. Otherwise, if you have not given condition, you assume condition according to you and take nominal cover according to you. So here I assume nominal cover 25, main bar 20 mm, and stirrup is 10 mm. Here I assume these three values: 25 mm nominal cover, 20 mm main bar dia, and 10 mm stirrups. So with the help of this value we have find the small d. So small d is equal to small d is equal to, let's find 500 minus half of main reinforcement minus stirrup minus nominal cover. So here we get 455 mm. 455 mm. So this is the value of small d, 455 mm. Now put this value in our equation, tau v is equal to b upon d. So we have b and v, but we find d here. So let's put d in equation. V is equal to 283.33 into 10 raised to the power 3 divided by 300 into 455. So here we get tau v is equal to 2.07 Newton per mm square. 2.07 Newton per mm square. So this is the value of equivalent nominal shear stress. After finding this, you have to compare this tau VE value with tau C max. Tau C max, because if tau VE value is greater than tau C max, then we have to redesign the section. If value is less, then we continue with this dimensions of values. So let's find tau C max. So tau C max is equal to 2.5 Newton per mm square for M15 given in table number 19 of IS 456/2000. Okay, so from here we take tau C max is equal to 2.5. So here we check now, tau V is less than tau C max, because tau V is 2.07 and tau C max is 2.5. Hence okay, means section not revised. Here we are not revise the section because tau V is less than tau C max. Okay, now step number 4. In step number 4, we have to compare tau V with tau C. But before that, we have to find the AST, because we know that tau C is equal to 100 AST upon BD. So for that, first we have to find the longitudinal reinforcement. After finding the longitudinal reinforcement, we have to check tau V is less than tau C or greater than tau C. If tau V is greater than tau C, then we have to design transverse reinforcement. If tau V is less than tau C, then simply we have to find the or design the minimum shear reinforcement. So here we find first longitudinal reinforcement. Longitudinal reinforcement. Okay, so first we have to find this value. So we have formula Me1 is equal to Mu plus Mt, and Mt is equal to Tu 1 plus capital D upon V divided by 1.7. This is the formula for finding the Mt. So let's find it. Tu is equal to 40. 1 plus capital D is 500, means 5.3 divided by 1.7. Here we get Mt is equal to 62.745 kilonewton meter. 62.745 kilonewton meter. So this is the value of Mt. Now put this value in this equation. Put this value in this equation. So here we get Me1 is equal to Mu, we have given 80 plus 62.745. So here we get 142.745 kilonewton meter. 142.745 kilonewton meter. Now with the help of this section we have find the AST, area of steel. And if you want to know the section, means we have designed balance section, under reinforced section or over reinforced section. For that, first you have to calculate the MU limit value and compare this ME1 with the MU limit, and after that you find that section is under reinforced section or over reinforced section or balance section. So you have one formula for finding the MU limit for Fe 415, 0.138 FCK BD square, 0.138 FCK BD square. This is the formula we have defined in our previous lecture. So for finding the section we have to compare this MU limit and ME. So let's find MU limit. 0.138 into 15 into 300 into 455 square, 455 square. So here we get 128 into 10 raised to the power 6, 128 into 10 raised to the power 6 Newton M, 128 into 10 raised to the power 6 Newton M. So this is the MU limit value. If we convert this value in kilonewton meter, then here we get 128 kilonewton meter. So when we compare this value, then we see that ME1 is less than, okay, here we have MU limit and here we have ME1. Now we have to compare this value. So since ME1 and MU limit, the section is in under reinforced. When we find MU limit, then we get MU limit is equal to 128.56. Now when we compare this value, we find that the section, after finding the section we know which section we have designed. Now if we say here we have designed under reinforced section, so we have to take MU is equal to ME1 is equal to 0.87 Fy AST D minus 0.42 XU. Okay, so MU, we know that MU is equal to, or ME1 is equal to 142.745 into 10 raised to the power 6. Okay, so 0.87 into 415. We have to find the AST. Here we also know D is equal to 455 minus 0.42. Now here we don't know about the XU. So how we find the XU? So we know that XU is equal to 0.87 Fy AST divided by 0.36 FCK B. When you put this equation here, you get, okay, I change this equation directly here. When we put this value here, your formula changes to 0.87 Fy AST D 1 minus Fy divided by FCK AST upon BD. This is the formula. Now we have to find the AST. So let's find AST. Put all values in this equation and find AST. So here we get AST in quadratic form. So AST square minus 4934 AST plus 4.287 into 10 raised to the power 6 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation which we get from this equation. Now after finding this quadratic equation, we have to find the AST. So here we get AST is equal to 1126 mm square. 1126 mm square. This is our area of steel. Now we here provide 20 mm bars. So we have to calculate area of single bar and divide that area with this reinforcement. So here we find that 4 bars we need of 20 mm dia. You calculate, you know that for single bar pi by 4 into 20 square. After getting this value, you have to divide this value by this value and you get 4 bars of 20 mm dia is required. So now again you have to calculate 4 bars of 20 mm dia. You get here 1256 mm square is the total area we have required for the longitudinal reinforcement. Now after finding the longitudinal reinforcement, we have to check whether we have to provide reinforcement in compression zone also. So for that what you have to check? You have to check MT exceed with MU or not. So we know that MT is equal to 62.745 and MU is equal to 40. Sorry, MU is equal to 80. MU is equal to 80. So here MT not exceed with MU, that's why we not provided reinforcement in compression zone. If MT exceeds MU, then we have to provide reinforcement in compression phase also. So now we go to the transverse reinforcement. If we get tau V is greater than tau C. Now we have to find that tau V is greater than tau C or less than tau C. So tau C is equal to 100 AST upon BD. So 100 into AST 1256 divided by B 300 into 455. Here we get tau C is equal to 0.92%. Sorry, this is the formula of PT, not tau C. Tau C we find with the help of table. PT is equal to 100 AST upon BD. So here we get 0.92% of the PT value. Now in our IS code 456 table number 19, we have to find the tau C. So when you visit the code and see the value for 0.92%, so you get tau C is equal to 0.58 Newton per mm square. With the help of interpolation we get this value, and we know that tau V is equal to 2.07. so here tau V is greater than tau C. So for that we provided transverse reinforcement also. So for providing the transverse reinforcement, we have to calculate the SV. Okay, so because we provided transverse reinforcement in the two-legged stirrup form. Okay, this part we already discussed in our previous lecture. So we have one formula for finding that. So ASV, here we find transverse reinforcement. Transverse reinforcement. So ASC is equal to TU SV divided by D1 0.87 Fy plus VU SV divided by 2.5 d1 0.87 fy. This is the formula which is also given in our IS 456 2000 code. Now here we have to find the d1 and b1. So d1, we know that d1 we calculate from main bar center to the bottom bar center. So here we get 500 minus 25 plus 10 plus 20 divided by 2 minus 25 plus 10 plus 12 by 2. Now why we take here 12? Because we not provided compression reinforcement, but we have to provide some reinforcement to hold up the stirrups. So here we take 12 mm dia bar of stirrups for holding the reinforcement. That's why here we put 12. So here we get d1 is equal to 414 mm. Same we have to find the b1. So b1 is equal to 300 minus 2 25 plus 10 plus 20 by 2. Here we get d1 is equal to 210 mm. So after getting this value b1 and d1, this value we have to put in this equation. So ASV 0.87 fy divided by SV, ASV 0.87 y divided by SV, 40 into 10 raised to the power 3 divided by 210 into 414 plus 70 into 10 raised to the power 3 divided by, here value in kilonewton meter, so here we have taken 6 and here we taken 3. 70 into 10 raised to the power 3 divided by 2.5 into 414. Okay. So after solving this, we get ASV 0.87 fy divided by SV is equal to 527.7 Newton per mm square. Here we take this value because we have to find the minimum reinforcement also. So we compare this value with minimum reinforcement and find the exact value. So here we find the value of this equation. Now we have to find the same for the minimum requirement. So we have one formula is given for minimum requirement. We use that formula here and find that value. So the formula given in our code for minimum requirement is ASV is equal to tau VE minus tau C BSV divided by 0.87 fy. Okay, so we convert this formula in this form, 0.87 phi divided by SV. So here we get tau VE minus tau C into B. So tau VE is 2.07 and tau C is 0.58. So here we get value is 447 Newton per mm square. 447 Newton per mm square. Now choosing greater one of the two, means we have to take greater value of the two we have find. So here greater value is 527. So here we take 527 and find the ASV. So ASV upon ASV is equal to 527.7 divided by 0.87 fy. So ASV is equal to ASV upon 1.462. Now how we get this value? 1.462. When you solve this value, you get 1.462. So ASV upon SV, so SV provided here and we get here, so here we get SV is equal to this value, and before we already assume 10 mm stirrup, so here we take 2-legged 10 mm stirrup dia, that's why here we provided this and divided by 1.462. So here we get 103 mm spacing, 103 mm spacing. So as per IS 456 we design the reinforcement for torsional moment. Now this reinforcement we provided at a particular spacing, so here we find the spacing 103 mm, but we have to check this spacing is safe or not. So we have given some criteria in our code, and the criteria is we have to check our value with x1 plus y1 divided by 4, and maximum is 300. So you have to compare this and find our spacing is safe or not. If our spacing is safe, then we provide the 103 or we have provide the 100 mm spacing. So this is the process how we find the torsional moment. This is the exact process for finding the torsional moment. So that lecture is over, guys. If you have any problem, then comment me in comment box. Thank you.